You don't find the Illuminati. The Illuminati finds you. And when they do, they don't ask you to join. They tell you that you already have. This is the story of every level. What they give you, what they take from you, and what happens when you finally reach the very top. But before we get there, if you've ever wondered what it actually feels like to be inside a secret society, hit subscribe right now. We go places most channels won't. Now, let's begin. Your bank account is at negative $310. You lost your job 6 weeks ago. Your landlord stopped knocking. Now, he just slides eviction notices under the door. You haven't eaten a real meal in 3 days. Then the envelope arrives. No return address, no stamp, just your name, spelled correctly, in ink so dark it looks burned into the paper. Inside is a single white card, 4 words printed in gold. You have been selected. Below it, a phone number. You stare at it for a long time. You think about all the reasons not to call. Then you remember you have nothing left to lose. You call. Someone picks up on the first ring. They don't say hello. They say, "We know, be ready tomorrow." And then the line goes dead. The next morning, an email. Goldman Sachs, junior analyst. You start Monday. You never applied. You don't have a finance degree. You've never even been to New York. But you show up, and every time you're stuck, your phone buzzes. Unknown number. Precise instructions, which reports to read, which meetings to attend, which executives to impress, and exactly how. You rise faster than anyone in the firm's history. 6 months in, promoted. 12 months in, promoted again. Your colleagues think you're lucky. They have no idea. Late one night, after your 3rd promotion, your phone buzzes one last time. 3 words. Remember who owns you. You're not just an analyst anymore. You're a node, a listener, a collector. They send you to galas, summits, charity events. Black tie, your name always on the list. Seats next to senators' wives. Dinners with men whose names move markets. Your job is simple. Listen, remember, report. A congressman's chief of staff mentions a vote. You note it. A hedge fund manager hints at a deal. You note it. A general's daughter tells you things she shouldn't. You note it. The unknown number replies faster now. Always the same 2 words. Good work. You tell yourself you're not doing anything wrong. You're just listening. But somewhere in the back of your mind, you know, you crossed a line a long time ago. You just can't remember exactly when. VP of Investment Strategy, corner office, your own team. But the real instructions don't come from the partners. Buy before the announcement. Sell before the crash. Steer this deal toward this outcome. You make a call in a meeting. 3 days later, the market moves exactly as you predicted. The firm makes $100 million. You pocket $2 million. No one questions how you knew. They just look at you differently, like you're something other than human. And the thing is, you don't lose sleep over it. You stopped feeling it after the 2nd crash you engineered. Thousands of people lost their retirement savings that week. You bought a penthouse in Tribeca. You get a call, not a text, a call. The voice is old, measured. It sounds like someone who has never been denied anything in their life. You're moving into politics. There's a senator in Ohio. He needs to win. Make it happen. $15 million, untraceable. In your account before the call ends. You rebuild his campaign from scratch. You bury his opponent. An affair from 18 years ago. A sealed arrest. A debt to the wrong people. All of it leaked. Perfectly timed. Election night. Landslide. Message arrives. Well done. He's 6 more waiting. You are installing governments now, and your name appears nowhere. Not in filings, not in donations, not in records. You are a ghost, and ghosts don't leave fingerprints. Your candidate just won the presidency. But your job isn't over. It's just starting. You draft the legislation they introduce. Tax codes, energy contracts, labor regulations, voting guidelines. You're not writing speeches anymore. You're writing law. A bill passes in Texas. The Illuminati owns every company that wins the contracts. A bill passes in Pennsylvania. Labor costs drop. Your partners make hundreds of millions. Hundreds of millions of people feel the effects of decisions you make at dinner. Then, the invitation. A compound in Montana. 12 people in a room. You recognize 3 of them. They don't introduce themselves. They don't need to. One of them looks at you and says, "You're ready for the next phase." You're not in politics anymore, or you're in intelligence. You don't work for the CIA. You work with it. They give you a country. You don't fly there. You make calls. You move money. You arrange meetings in cities you've never visited. 10 million to opposition groups. 5 million to generals willing to switch sides. 2 million to journalists to shape the narrative. 6 months later, a coup. A new leader rises. One who has been on your payroll for 2 years. Won $30 billion in national wealth. Transferred. You are not a spy. You are a coordinator of chaos. And you are very, very good at it. You are one of the 12 now. You have a title. Supreme Magus. You have an island, not a vacation home, a compound. You fly in princes, presidents, billionaires. They come for the luxury, for the secrecy. But you're recording everything. Every conversation, every compromising moment, every dark indulgence. You have the footage. You have the leverage. These people will vote how you say. Pass what you say, or the footage goes public. You don't need to threaten anyone. Everyone already knows. You don't manage one country anymore. You manage continents. You decide which technologies get released, which ones stay buried. You decide which famines receive relief, and which ones don't. You are playing a game with the entire planet as the board. But something is wrong. One of the 12 is talking. You don't know who. The leaks are real. Federal eyes are circling. For the first time in years, you feel watched. They come for you on a Tuesday. Not with sirens, not with warrants, with a folder. Inside, a photo taken through a window you didn't know was visible. A bank record from an account you thought was buried. A recording from a room you swept 3 times. And a name. Your real name. The one you haven't used in 11 years. The man who brings it doesn't speak. And he sets it on your desk and waits. You understand? You thought you were at the top, but there is no top. There is always another level. There is always someone above. He slides one more thing across the desk. A phone, a list of names, and a gold card. Exactly like the one you received all those years ago. You look up at him. He nods once. You understand now what the Illuminati really is. It doesn't erase people with violence. It erases them with purpose. You pick up the phone. You look at the first name on the list and you dial. If this hit differently than you expected, subscribe. And before you go, answer this. If you were at level 1, would you pick up the phone or throw the card away? Tell me in the comments.